Man, I tell you what, if the packaging is any indication of the quality of the product inside, this is going to be good. Welcome back everyone, episode 20 of Audiophile Today, and today's content is all about the AKG N5005 in-ear monitors that I recently was sent. What we're going to do is cut this box open, get in there and take a look at what is arguably supposed to be a pretty good set of in-ear monitors. So you guys look at the opening, and I'm decamping this room for my office where I have a bit more space. Be right back. Okay, so here we are. Let's take a look and see what's inside of this thing. It's a nice box. Its packaging is really well done. It even has, I don't know if you can make this out, but on this side it says AKG established 1947 in Vienna. So this is a company that has actually been around for a while. And they have a pretty decent reputation for making good headphones. Funny thing about this is that I believe this particular headphone was released, this particular in-ear monitor rather, was released back in 2018, I think. And at the time, when it was new to the market, the price for this, what you see here, was $999, a grand, a whole $1,000. Here we go. Okay, we'll set that aside. More nice packaging. This is definitely a luxury item. There's no doubt about it. There, and I guess this is the N5005. That's the cover. It's got this card inside of it. It says that the IEMs in this case are piano black, and then goes on and gives a little bit of a description about it. Apparently been in business for almost 70 years. Pretty cool. All right, so this is what we have. It gives you a little badge, apparently. In the case, it's got the AKG and then a serial number 63484. I guess that stays in here since it's just foam on the back side of it. And then I guess this is the case for it, zipper case. Wow, very nice. And it's empty. This is where you would put your IEMs once you're, and they even over here, they even have the serial number and all of that right there. Very cool. So I guess this is the actual item itself, really quite small. They come with an ear tip on it already, and then the a little connection point for the cabling, which I'm assuming is inside. And somewhere along the line, I'm wondering if they have a designation for which one is the left speaker and which one is the left and which one is the right. I don't notice that just yet. Yep, here we go. R. Can you see the little red? Let's see if I can show that better. It's got a little red mark, a little index, and underneath it it's got an R. So this is the right IEM. And obviously this will be the left, yeah, blue, a little blue index, and it's got an L. Same basic thing, you know, the connecting connector for the cable. So this part I found was really interesting. These are like sort of reference boosters where you can put these little, they're tiny little gadgets. You can pull them out of here. And if you want to enhance bass, you can put the bass boost in. The ones that are in there right now are the reference sound that came in it. The monitors have that in them right now. Then of course, if you want a mid to high frequency boost, you use these. And then if you just want high, just a high boost, the ones on the bottom, right? So it's these little resistors, I guess, that change the tonal structure of what you hear depending upon what you're looking for. So if you're a bass head and you just really want more bass, you put these in and it's what you're going to get. If you want something maybe a little bit boosting in the mid-range, then it would be this one right here. And if you want high frequency boost, if you have maybe a little high frequency hearing loss or something, this one might be the one that you might want to try. I'm going to try them all, and we'll see which one I prefer. But right now, out of the box, they come with the reference sound in them. All right, next, let's pull this open. And let's see what we have inside of here. All of these are different ear plugs. So, you know, depending upon the size of your ear, you should be able to find one that will fit. There's a little cleaning tool. It's like a little brush. And this, I guess, for ear wax if you have them in there for a really long time. And this, I think, is the Bluetooth, it's a flight adapter, it says. I'm not really sure exactly what that is, but I won't be using it because I don't like flying. And then in here, there's going to be a USB cable, I guess for charging something, we'll find out. And then this is the standard 3.5 millimeter connector. This would be like, you know, that I think is the unbalanced connection for a digital audio player. The 2.5 millimeter one, I know like my little FiO player supports a 2.5 millimeter balanced cable. And then this is the Bluetooth setup, so that if you want to use the headphones as a Bluetooth device, you can. I'm going to have a fun time getting it back in. Look at that. Wow. I won't be using Bluetooth because it's not lossless audio, at least not presently. So we'll just go straight with these. Oh, look, they're in there like that. And let's take a look at it's taped in. The 3.5 millimeter. So it's just got up and down volume control on it. And I guess since this one has the red marker, I'm assuming it corresponds with the right ear, and this is the left. Where are we? Let's move this out of the way and that out of the way. Here it is. And here's the left. And so we just snap that in some kind of way. There we go. Nice and snap, nice and tight. And that will be for the left. And so what you have here, the idea is when you put these in your ear, some kind of way, they're like, this is supposed to kind of wrap around the outside portion of your ear. And maybe I didn't get it in right. There we go. That's nice and firm now. So I need to get into the instructions on this to get some better understanding. And I guess, look, on the back side of the box, here is your instruction pack of how to use it and the different the types of features that it has. I'll have to dig into that a little bit, obviously. So that's basically it. I got to be honest with you, the packaging on this thing is sensational. At the time, like I said, when they were released in 2018, they were $1,000 for a pair of these. Since that time now, we're 5 years in, 6 years in, they've really dropped down to price. I think the current price can be had through Harman Audio. That's the, Harman Kardon website is $299, which is a significant decrease in price, and makes me feel bad for all those people who may have purchased this in-ear monitor and paid the full deal, basically $1,000 for it. So they're very interesting looking, and I'm really interested to get into these, get them in my ears, and find the right fit, with the different style of ear plugs, to see which one fits my ear nice and snug and gives you a good seal, because that's what you're looking for. Kind of tune out the world, so to speak. And I'll try them both with my little FiO player, the 2.5 millimeter ones, which are the balanced cables, and then the 3.5, which are the unbalanced ones. I'm not certain. I've read some reviews on all of this, and I think a lot of people have said they can't really hear the difference between balanced and unbalanced. I know the Sony Walkmans that I've had, they don't support a balanced 2.5 millimeter input or cable. So, and Sony is kind of, as far as I'm concerned, one of the premier digital audio player makers. I mean, they've got one of their models is exceedingly expensive. I won't be reviewing that one anytime soon, I can assure you. So let me take a look and see. Let me get these in my ears, and we will revisit this a little bit more, a little bit later in the review once I have something more to say about them. Okay. Thanks for being with me so far, guys. If you are not a subscriber to the channel, I would ask that you please hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, you like these little guys right here, hit that like button. That helps. That really does help. So I will be back in just a bit with some more, I guess, my appreciation of how these things sound and whether or not they're going to work for me. Okay, so now it's a few days later. I've spent quite a bit of time with these AKG N5005 in-ear IEMs, in-ear monitors on both my FiO X3 digital audio player and my new Sony Walkman, the NWA306. The 306 review is coming up next week after I do this, so we're going to focus just on the AKGs, which are actually in my ear right now. You can kind of see here. Very nice fit, very comfortable. I find that I can leave these in my ears and listen to music for quite a long time. My ears don't get fatigued. They don't, the device itself is very comfortable. So I think they're very good for that. The sound quality is really quite good. I'm really quite pleased with it. And so let me go ahead and take them out. You can see how this works, right? With the wire kind of goes over the ear. So it's a very, very snug. The wires are out of the way. They just sort of, fall down right between the middle of your chest. If you could probably just, feed the wire through your shirt if you don't want it hanging on the outside. That's probably something you could do as well, if you're just going to have your little digital audio player maybe in your pocket or something along those lines. But at any rate, taking them out, they are exceedingly small. They have a little AKG thing right on the back. These are the rubber tips that came installed already on the monitor, the earphone. I'll just call them earphones from now on. The right one has a little red marker, and that's for the right. The left one has a little blue marker, as you can kind of see there. That one's for the left. And the way that this is kind of what I really wanted to touch on, were these filters. They're not really resistors. AKG refers to them as filters. And You notice when I did the unboxing and opened the box up for the first time, this was in there, and these two right here on the second level were here. They were already pre-installed in the actual earphones themselves. So that is called the reference sound. That is what AKG refers to as the reference sound. Now, the way this works is that these little filters, they just basically unscrew, okay? And so if you want more bass, you're gonna go for the top one. This one here, down here, this is for both mid and highs, and then this is just like real treble highs. And they're basically like little screens almost, like the high filter ones, the high frequency ones, you can basically almost see through. So the way it works is, what you would do would just be to pull the rubber cap off here, kind of like so. And then what you see behind it is, I don't want to drop this, is the actual filter, which just basically unscrews like so. It comes right off, tiny little thing. It's so easy to lose, okay? And then what you would do would just be to screw this back into the reference sound, this little slot, the little hole where it came out of, and then unscrew, the other one, whatever ones you're looking for, whether you want to add bass or whether you want to add, mid to highs. I think that's kind of like an equalizer in a certain way. When you start adjusting frequencies for one type of sound, it has an effect on the frequencies next to it, and you kind of hear that, and so when AKG put this together on their what they call reference sound, I suppose that kind of means that was really the voicing that they were looking for, and that's kind of the way they felt that these earphones should sound. But because this was $1,000 pair of earphones, 5 or 6 years ago, I guess they felt, they really needed to enhance the experience for people who had other desires. So if you wanted more bass, and we've already been through all of this, right? I find that these reference sound are very, very good. I'm very pleased with it. I'm probably not going to change it. I've been through all of these, and like I said, it's when you start making changes to one spectrum of the audio frequency, it has effects on how it's sort of down chain. It just has effects on it, and you can hear that a bit, and so, if you're just, like I said, maybe, and even if you are a bass head, putting these bass, the ones for bass, it didn't make it like just a slam dunk. Oh my gosh, these are so much better. It's more subtle. All of these filters really are just a little bit more subtle than really dramatic. So I think these headphones are extremely clear sounding. They're the best ones that I have by far for in-ear monitors or earbuds or anything like that. I have a couple of other pairs of Denons and the New Force ones. But I like these a lot for using them with the wire that you can see. Now this is the 3.5 millimeter cable. As you saw in the unboxing part, it also has a 2.5 millimeter cable. It's basically the same exact thing, except it's a 2.5 millimeter plug that you would use on the on a balanced input on your device, on your digital device. So like my FiO player supports both a 3.5 millimeter unbalanced and a 2.5 millimeter balanced cable. I've used them both with the FiO. I think the balanced cable does sound, and the balanced input a small degree better. Maybe I think it offers a little bit better resolution, a little bit better clarity, but it's not a wide margin, all right? Now the Walkman, on the other hand, only supports a 3.5 millimeter unbalanced plug, so you're forced to use this, and since I did pay a good price, a good bit of money for that Walkman, I am going to be using that pretty much exclusively. But like I said, this is not a review on those devices. This is a review on the AKG N5005. So the specifications for this mostly are, resolved around the sensitivity, and I'm putting a picture up right now so that you can kind of see it. They're 116 decibels sensitive, and the impedance of these headphones are 18 ohms, okay? So just bear that in mind if your device has maybe different types of specs. I'm not sure. I think these this is kind of middle of the road. I would suspect that most devices should be able to drive these headphones without any particular problems. But to be thorough, I wanted to at least inform you of what the specifications for sensitivity and for impedance, and so that's what they are: 116 and 18. Now, I don't think that these are the best choice that you could make if you were strictly wanting a Bluetooth headphone, because the reason is this is really technically, I think, last decade technology. These were originally introduced in 2018. We're in 2024 now, so we're running on 6 years. And typical for that time, the Bluetooth had, a wire. It would kind of go around and it sort of dangles down, and that's where the Bluetooth device actually works, and the connectivity for it with your player. Today, Sony, for example, offers so many different pairs of Bluetooth in-ear monitors that the Bluetooth capability is all the wiring, all the circuitry is in the monitor itself, so you don't have all that extra, stuff hanging off of your ear. So I don't think these are really, they are what they are, and that's the time. It's sort of a stamp of time as to when they were made. That's what existed back then, but today they're so much better. So, I didn't buy these at all with the thought that I would use them in Bluetooth, and as you can see, I haven't covered the Bluetooth specs. I really don't care about them. This was all just designed for the wire itself, because that's the way I want to listen to it. And you're probably aware, and I think maybe I touched on it a little earlier, that Bluetooth has limitations on how much bandwidth it can transmit, depending upon the codecs that you're using. And if you really interested in high-end audio and high-resolution audio your digital audio player, which so many of them now support high resolution and high-resolution files, and can play so many different high-resolution formats up to 384 hertz and that type of thing, or kilohertz, and so you're not going to get that out of Bluetooth. I really just don't think, even with the new codec, even with the Sony LDAC codec, which is supposed to give you much more extended bandwidth. And I think the company that used to be formerly known as MQA, that used to do that codec, for sound improvement, when you're on your full size equipment, they claim to have developed a codec that's truly lossless, but who knows if that's true, and whether it will become something that finds its way into the mainstream. It's unknown at this particular point in time. So I'm very pleased with these. I think for the $200 I spent for them, down from $1,000 a couple of years ago, it's a bargain. As you saw in the unboxing part of the video earlier, the packaging is superb. This is clearly a luxury item. I think that part of the reason that they probably included these filters is because they wanted to try to appeal to as wide a range, wide an audience as they possibly could. I'll be keeping these for a while and using them fairly regularly. They have a nice tight fit. They fit flush into your ear, so if you're listening to it at night or something, you kind of lean over on your pillow or something, you can still, it's not going to be in the way. It's not going to have this bulb that's protruding out of your ear, that's going to interfere, with your golden slumbers, as some might say. So that basically covers it. My unboxing review of the AKG N5005. I think these are still available on the Harman Audio. The AKG is owned by Harman Kardon, which is in fact owned by Samsung. So whatever element of an independent company that this may have had is long gone, all right? But good product, really good, well designed, well made, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for sticking with me, appreciate it. If you found this video somewhat informative, please give me a thumbs up, yes. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, we have open invitations for new subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in a week with my thoughts and review on the Sony Walkman NWA306 digital audio player. Looking forward to seeing you guys again. Bye now.